Doc Momache Mwakaba at the bench there from Kumasi. Dr. Facha me ye pan jano pe wawada me je kama mu nyina na nantwia e kuro hositi la Kumasi me hwe so experience bebre na netwe ne mkrom de o se kan was but answer na no ma yenti asem poche na kufa do kan ye na memra na me di sa nkomo no Nhyira 104.5
na tapa ema bai for more for na no baba ye juma ni kwa mi timi kwa be mo menye yi timi hia mema wo mrache bedwe mo a wole be fwa me sisa no so etiri me kwa a me hia dia me be timi akọ independent bia timi mo ame independent candidate bia timi mo ame ubia na no ka so MPP ni our independent onye MPP ni papa onye MPP ni papa onye independent titru masmasi en from mana me no ndi komo wamba no chese onye ebu mame utumi ni nya adwuma oni pa ni ebu mame no me tumi ni nya adwuma demisamo Biaje enya do bako onipa metumi ni na ye adwuma eni sule a ojami ten ono na metumi ni na ye adwuma mismatch ma papa so for independent candidate no twenumra Jubilee House also on ma onipa say and am say me ni ye adwuma emba so ye to manonda ento manitina Sule, okwa parliament okwa na sebe jama no woni ehunu fo so faso vice chairman parliament select committee on local government all of them money me just okwa on ogu money ma se oye adwuma timisamo 4 more for nanano and 4 more for Sule na I say no abaya to 2020 no le magistrate dey kese and he said, Buma Mutuma 2016, no. I feel the and boom, no Piazza say.
And now, who you Nsem?
Well, I Nhyira 104.5. I feel no join me and pay. Another Dankwa Kufu Ado and I'm telling Kanene, Dr. Amakye Boateng, KNUST, political science lecturer Komefa, independent candidate in Samabe dog. What in another Dankwa Kufu Ado? Is it right? So we can say, Memma Ubia and Twaba and Farm Anasana Koso engages and go for him.
Lamasina, Nhyira Atifo. Adebakwa AC eni se oman bia bitimi agina oman madodo no ano titu emumpanifo no ene oman ma aka no eso omde ntiase eye adwuma efa oman mra no ho oman efa pim eni se emu nipa no emumpanifo ne oman ma emu dodo a conservatively, one political scientist suggests and says one more empty or mamrano and so no a dozen a change 30% could dozen papa and says a duo. It said on mine or honor Nimudo Donna Gio Mamrano Tumwa no mino a fapim no AC. You see, and someone AC or the so called Secessionist group bino Western Togoland issue no and actions against the stability of the state. They are kicking against the foundations of this country. In the same vein, in democracies, political parties play significant role. Now, political parties almost so fapim a similar thing. Say imumpenifoni ekonumano ebeji ekonomra atum no mo do mo ho ahyemu eno na ma political party no nya fapem political party bia want me achieve this outcome no ehinhim We know what happened to the UGCC, and we know what happened to even the CPP after 1954 elections. Sans Nsem be say CC nipa ni betete wo mo ho. Omo an e beye the opposition. Omo go CPP so ni CPP gina ba bi o gina. Nti asoma na nado e ka no eno no. And that's all eko no so sa development no so ketekete kura. They are attacking the very foundation of the party. Someone to me and discourage you from going there. The MPP as a party will not become strong.
Mm-hmm.
The party needs to be strong. The party needs to be tough. And then you are saying, say, I'm aware. Better Samri, Ubia, or that's which number be Biano, Asumbrache. Minim say unim say omu bebre led by Honorable Kennedy can come.
Yeah.
And some other people. Aki kan omu kwa ho bom. Say omu nyina pledge support to for the party and also to support play active role our campaign numu. Now I mean His Excellency the Vice President inaugurate Wakra. Nti womu adi nkuta ho. They have already engaged them. Nti better summary obia okusu tu anamo in the name say wate no ho na mum o nyakwan kom na sebadwamu a obesum MPP no. It belongs to if you like nipa kobia womu tutu ekuo no fapem no ase. Nti the action aban nei from the nado no final and it's most appropriate. It is, I mean, a stamp of authority of the party on Sahara development here. More party no kra necessary mutimi ituase.
Well, Dog, you all know, sir, politics about numbers. Sa independent candidate nyina you be almost watch it for. IGDC BA say they will be your president Asante Bekwai. ABSP now another independent lawyer man for still guso eba pra so lawyer mufa just ogus so from another areas tepadia bay we say they will kind and enough for they say on one case to nsa frɛ papa no ama but it politics about numbers this one to me be still they are still peeved. Ekwan ye fa so ye address some grievances any chat ekon e bi na nkoyi don't you just tell us go say engagement ne ne sankofo kasa se be ebe ya omo supporters nyina no ebe jana omo tuma be party ni wana
so can still na wo definition no enkosi da ben ekono enti asemu no engagement da sese wo no omo ye no omo aye nti emre dua se wo mo ko mo nim no musisi omho yakoto aba no emra da ni ma dikoto aba no noso ana asemu a yeken enya asemu a e wo se wo a wo ka ho bia na ba na mpanifo no ka wo the time e da eye adwuma no nti se wo ye koba dia na fra wo ho koba dia then you got to fall in line and work with the leadership. The party should be able to stand as one. Bibi say no, enye nenkwanti. You are making reference to Asante Bekwai, Ibi Esida, and three nekwe woman so. That is the message today. Woman so. That development, you know, and that's woman so. Let me draw our attention. Say, generally, in politics, you know, there are a lot of volatility on the ground in this particular area. Everybody wants to go to the parliament. Everybody wants to work at the parliament. Everybody wants to become a member of parliament. It is not proper. Indeed, generally, the member of parliament is in Accra working. Not on what seen a Dutchy. The various mechanisms the influence the grounds. And the significant thing is that grounds here more influence delegates kakra and more team influence now a this development iba. And So when one of the mechanisms that party they fight is our development now. Then you got to appreciate that and to support the party. Because generally it's our development in established democracies. Independent be a year or parliament over 40, 50 years. 30 years, 20 years, continuously. Yana any probably new almost in your parliament on Beko. And the Nina consensus eventually. I was a rua and MPP in Kwan and this is so especially our almost strongholds. So be a castle or parliament that volatility no and your party no Kwan a very weak. The parliament will also not become strong because it will be losing its skilled staff there, still skilled members, especially the members of staff na making. We'll be losing those among them or by Juma or against skills over the years. Definitely Ghana has got to address itself to it. The political parties know the leading are charging. And this is what is happening in the MPP as we speak. This is what is happening.
Okay, hi, it's 104.5. So I think we're getting a discussion now. Dr. Amakye Boateng on a political science lecturer, KNUST, and pay Yedin Komo. Yedin Yinako, and another Dankwa Kufuado, Edia to just say, also saw a Obia or your MPP Nimapa, or call as independent. Indeed, Memma MPP Nibian Tumobia or Kubijina as a content crown, command on a payedi. But when the Kabisa as a politics is about numbers. Now, Sandy Pana, on why you peeved that still you to me addressing the issue in farmano no ono so was supporters ono so ka okay sana na so mama to media and them so to mama nko but we MPP ni a onso mentuma na Akufo-Addo kotomo bia onso pe na asema o self omo mu disa nkofo na chi no ufi se de na so beba
you are entering into another area very interesting enema ben na o my imagine so to Abama parliamentary candidate. And my brain or my imagine so to Abama presidential candidate. Ugidis Omutie a parliamentary candidate to be Nsem and Omutu Anasa or more a mature people Ghanaians Omuti Ghana ha. Our Juma Yanfan said Nanado near Kanasem. Omuhu Juma Nanado Aye. And it's in one more age Naso. They are making their own judgment themselves as matured individuals. So what do you think? Meaning is the member of parliament in the country. I don't think so. I think they make their own judgment.
Okay. I 104.5. Dot answer now, but could any with the me first discussion with Van Camp Preco. Now, earlier called Bosch Kakra, I found the Koso, northern sort of voter region, Western Togoland for any name say Ghana. Well, all the Gubia Kasan Kenya Umum, Nayan said the Bay San Kofu, maybe deal so na incriti, political violence in ahead of the 2020 election. Former President John Dramani Mahama, Eddie Abetuja, say Ojidi say Nana Akufo-Addo and MPP Gaba, they are not showing any seriousness about how to tackle this issue. Also, they talk about the secessionist and at the same time, on former president, one year rumor say Nana Akufo-Addo MPP. For and epiways a means be no more than said the get you to the election no on Basaba Sebena for my suppressive vote from voter regime. A month for people say a yak taking political twist. May former President John Dramani Mahama Kakra. Now my name addresses that issue and share. Say is it in the right direction? So because I say a taking political twist about 2020 election. In former President John Dramani Mahama.
It's clear that this president hasn't taken this matter seriously. He hasn't. I mean, I don't know. The whole government, the security service, it's like they have a very lackadaisical attitude towards the issue of Western Togoland. There's nothing like Western Togoland. Ghana's territorial integrity is a sovereign matter. No inch of this country must be ceded to anybody. Our constitution makes it clear that we must protect the territorial integrity of Ghana. It's one of the most serious things that the constitution deals with. And that's why when I was president and we had that maritime boundary issue, I did not sleep over it. I didn't want 1 inch of our maritime boundary to be ceded to another country. And so we took definite action. And you could see that there was seriousness in what we did. This Western Togoland thing, I mean, either our security services are so inept or so confused or inefficient, which I don't want to believe. Because I've been commander-in-chief before, and I've worked with these same security services, and I know that intelligence is very key and that they are good at gathering intelligence. This Homeland Study thing was there when I was president. And yet we had people who infiltrated them, and we knew at every stage, what they were up to. But they were doing seminars and press conferences and things, Now they are becoming a bit more, bold. And the president must be taking bold action. We saw some of the videos. I saw one video where there were soldiers escorting a car. There was a car in the middle. And these boys holding the flag were right in front of them. And I said, but why are they escorting this vehicle instead of arresting these guys holding the flag? Because if you arrest them, then you're going to be able to get some more intel on what their operations are. It looks like the whole government is not serious about this. The president himself is not serious about it. No senior person has gone to the area anyway since this thing happened. The Minister of National Security, when this thing was very topical and had become an issue, he should have gone to the area to boost the morale of the security services there. Instead, he was in Kumasi with the president, commissioning a compost plant. What does Minister of National Security have to be in Kumasi with the president for? On a compost plant, instead of going where people are trying to see the part of your territory. There's nothing more serious than trying to break up part of a country. And that's what I'm saying. They are not taking this seriously. The attitude of this whole Western Togoland thing has been going on and on from all that time. This is the first time the president is making any comment about it. And I mean, we're not seeing any seriousness, with the security services in terms of intelligence gathering, in terms of preemptive, action to stop them from doing this. How could they block key points, into your country? The Sogakope blockade, that is the Trans-West African route. And so can you imagine that a main international route, these bandits go and block it, whoever they are, whether they are managed by national security or they are really secessionists. See that the government was responding fast enough. You must have a rapid reaction to things like this. We set up an emergency command center at the national security, where these, informations are supposed to be coming, and you must be telling the relevant security.
And now, who you Nsem?
Well, Nhyira 104.5. Dr. Amakye Boateng that's supposed to wajina so na former President John Dramani Mahama and our in Kano said the government is not showing any seriousness when it comes to this issue. And Nana Kufado ebetra yenua Hello FM ekan saying that the government is not panicking, but he will deal with it at the right time and or trusting the security agencies. In fact, Nsem na take a political twist na.
I take care.
Wow.
I take care. Actually, but Manti say all cancer likely say MPP 4 and another day to disrupt the. I mean, about to die anymore.
But the dog, Baba voice number, Baba voice number was here.
I was it is our voice, not meet me at the cancer maker. Because I did another twist to the position of the former president and now the flag bearer of the leading opposition. The commitment was our voice, But
the dog, you can say Baba Moses here. Don't worry, Baba Moses here.
Okay, I mean, can say generally speaking, I also don't agree with the information minister said intel challenges via NC. I don't agree with him. The moment Obibe block a major road, and say ultimately a block for 10-15 minutes, and say will be to me. Just my can now borders on security. Say German phenomenon and Namkumba Sabasasa on some of the but then see in some case or Agugu area home over Sanempia, Yajawomo, Nina security issues. But a major road, Kwansi Accra Road, Accra, and then that major road now, a transform, why no? We beat me block for 5, 10, 15 minutes. It's an attack on the state. So, be a nipa ko be a can no call police station, vandalize it. It's a declaration of war, attack on the state. We call police station there. It could be a surprise something. We have police for maybe numbers at the police station. Omunina and now, nipa kakra bi na what duty omo ho. Nti nipa 10 relatively armed, betimi ako overpower omo ho no. I mean, in a surprise attack and then run away. But I block road now to meet now 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The state, I slow in reacting. State readiness to address such issue, from Ekobasa, the information minister, they have been dealing with it. No more foiling something, other issues earlier on. A betray Asemna or Kano, because if that were the case, then the security should have been, more alert and ready to respond to some side these days of mobile telephone. Bibi says seek a crab, you a woman, somebody will call somebody, another person will call another person. It was said the security need to be picking intelligence, and especially if they are on top of the issue. Ghana was slow. If President Mahama points to that, he's right. But I disagree with him. He will have his strategy how they addresses this issue. Now, matters relating to ethnic groups attempt to secede, and maybe you don't use force to address it, and maybe you don't use force to address it. The easiest thing to do for any state is to allow the police, the military to go in and stop some such actions and inactions. Some robust attacking are all calling for. I disagree with him.
But I'm for support we engage those secessionists. I mean, for every war, we engage rather than say we can say we use force.
It's not just force, but I also agree that we don't need to. It's a serious crime, and I agree with Dr. Bawumia. You don't engage criminals. You don't engage criminals. Bibi say one. Action, like I explained earlier on, is an indication that they are not playing by the rules. The rules now, the constitutional, guide every action and inaction. Who go against it, what commit a criminal act because of which I say they don't care a fig about the constitution of the Fourth Republic of Ghana. To that extent, we don't necessarily need to sit down and engage. That is not a new development. It has been there all the time. The issue was resolved some time ago.
But Dr. Machi Boateng,
towns and cities are previously. Now, the Western Togoland issues, they are claiming them today. But the significant thing, AC, is the position of the NDC. If President Mahama is not aware, the NDC chairman is on record for making such statement. Now, we say now President Mahama is adding a voice to it. If you ask me, it's an indication of sympathy for the group. Look, the strength of the group comes from the support they know that they have, and they know they have support among key individuals in Ghana. Any such groupings, their strength comes from numbers. Numbers are if they don't know, so massive support in terms of numbers this whole thing would have died long ago. They know.
Okay,
They are very significant that the chiefs in the region have come out unequivocally to condemn it, to declare their stand faithfully with the Ghanaian state. And when the chiefs do this, they carry the people of the area along with it. You see, what do I mean by support our more? A Joy FM correspondent, I think it is Maxwell Agbagba or some other gentleman. He spoke on air and said that on the quieter, because actually people from the voter region on the quieter, they tell you they are sympathetic to the cause of those people. But when you engage them publicly, then everybody will stand aside and say that, hey, I didn't get it. Say.
Okay. Doctor.
Statement.
Doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, me pacho yentie nsem na former president John Dramani Mahama kan on the room na afia na emfa ye discussion na say ye unifam na wie.
The attitude of the government is what is fueling those rumors. Because the impunity with which these people are doing this thing, I mean, if the government was really serious, I don't think that they'll be able to have a field day like they're having. And so the rumor around is that this is a dress rehearsal. They will do a few more of these attacks and all that. And that the real thing is for election day. Election day, they will bring these Western Togolanders that the government controls to come and disrupt, things in the Volta region, and they'll blame it on secessionists. That's the rumor going around. And if the president is listening, I'm telling him that's the rumor going around because he's not showing any seriousness with the Western Togoland issue. It didn't start now. When they were training in military fatigues and all that, this is the first time the president is talking about this secessionist issue. The attitude of...
You see, the charge against the president, are very serious. As if that the president of the country himself sadly encourages some such action for the sake of elections. It's dangerous. It's so bad so that you don't expect someone who also wants to become the next president to go there. Although he's hiding behind the word rumors. His party chairman, significantly, is on record to have also made some such.
Doc, but I am a chilling Oscar for my Wadarama, Mr. Opa.
The party chairman, and so I can't. Rumor as me. And somebody PFP Muba. The party, because the two people carry the party. The NDC are fixated on elections and winning. And the BBC Habano, they are still playing politics with it, hoping that it will, inure to their advantage. The Boya area, you don't go there. Why? Because an attack on the foundation of the Ghanaian state already explicitly. Sana mwana nipana tunu HSA. Nipana bi nyi Ghana tunu. Now, the people come from a particular region. I don't know a historical issue. And then between 1982 and the year 2000, when you have Nipa Bebre coming from the Volta region leading Ghana, Sanko for no way, a former state or whatever. Because at a point in time in the PNDC, you had over 70% others in the government. At a point in time in the PNDC, and critically, the head of state, the head of the police, the head of the military, the Bank of Ghana, these are key institutions of a state. They were all headed by others. And that supporter tax it. Obviously, it is only fair to say that it comes from the Volta region. There's a sense of betrayal here. There's a sense of betrayal. The PNDC was in office for 11 years. J. Rawlings continued for another 8 years, 19 years. And it is possible that Nipani Biano in government and supporters as secessionist activities here. And so when it happens like that, and you are the leader of the opposition in the person of former President Mahama, you don't go there.
Okay.
In fact, my understanding is that our sympathy for that cause, his sympathy does not lie with the Ghanaian state. No, it doesn't. When you attack Nanado at this time, you attack the Ghanaian state.
Wow.
You attack the Ghanaian state. I don't think that's a patriotic act. I don't think so.
On the part of President John Dramani Mahama?
Yes, and then the party chairman. And let me say that this same party chairman, I think that our several court, attacking key institutions. No more, Any my basa. Second go call to sir.
Sapa Pepe.
If for the same party chairman. Okay, then that is the face of the NDC. That is the face of the NDC.
Wow. Dog, and now I say na answer na bekono. There's this issue bia enche be kan wasem kakra but manyanya wo de ukopiem ewo Aguna East member of parliament that is ye mami Pokia Soya I inform wo pa kire say omotwedwan agunu so say mo makwan e mama ye campaign sense wakasa tia himfuni bi wo ho ne ade a kire say wo ye allegation bi tia himfo a omujiri say nye ne kwan so. Let's look at himfo any politics because we all know say chiefs are not supposed to take part in active politics. Is it also right? Say you be can say bi or MP bi akasa tia o hini bi to no ye mo kwanyama be ye campaign wo ye mpeso so and I say bi ye asase so a e ne kwan so ana but asem we si wo Central Region Aguna East constituency. E ba to ye stream video no live e wo Nhyira 104.5 kona kwa bi emra na ye twa odwan ananantwie no e wo say odwan e de agum member of parliament e wo Aguna East ye maame Pokia Soya se wakasa tie pato video ni nie ahemfomo no no mu gu snap dan aguma mene so se wakasa tie o ya allegation de tie ohini bi wo ho no mugiri se enye ne kwan so and therefore omo aba na chene se mema ne si asase so e ma ye campaign so ma ye bibia e fa politics un bi wo Dr. Amakye Boateng emre ne ko de but what are remain just some few seconds or minutes. Is it right san e ne kwan so ana
o se enye mre di kan bibi say it is isi ni pese okoye odi animu no yetwetwe din voter register ni biem no a particular I mean ahemfo bi enso kan se omo area ho metwetwe din ni ade Ghana constitution no eje sa yen traditional political institutions no any the rule of nananom efa oman no chichire no atum ba me gidi se e wo se I mean, the universities no enhwe na yene ahemfo no eni nkuta ho no mu tumi a wo mo efa oman no mu ensem ho ene tumi a wo mo eni oman no sem ya mu sabiaku oman no nhye nana oman no constitution no edi tumi she an executive president ensa no so atene ni cabinet no ni parliament ni other institutions no emranum nananum role no advisory. Nti bibi says here traditionally, culturally, what nananum can do, say obi egu omo animtia. Nananum can make a case against them directly. But you say ye banish omo, ye ma omo nsi ha no. Samre omo ni sa to me no by the constitution of the Fourth Republic of Ghana. I will say enka Obama lawyer be the constitution no pick the relevant constitutional provisions now dealing with it and its legal implications. But politically nananum intimi nc obi apan say me ma wo enko hanko ese me ma wo enko hanko ese onpa ko no kokota na you could di asem na eyeye sa na it will be an attack on nananum institutions no imigiri se mra no bibi say sia na o say empanifo bam na yeni nananum edinkuta ho but at the same time the fact that the constitution is like the indigenous political institutions na tumuno oboni ani dia obia and see say even the presidents of the country at least in the Fourth Republic emre bia omdo boni ani dia manana be bia ombeko bia kodinkuta ho bia no omugitum ya banana way asase so tie di kan ba be chew na ya di ensem ato anim ya ni umman ma no ekwa akokasa. It does not necessarily mean say almost surrender the political authority to the leadership, but I something umman ya jatuma edi adwuma.
Okay.
You can't attack them. Those people who do that, I think that it should be possible for those people to be punished politically.
Okay.
Rather than another coming out to say
okay. Dog, I'm a permanent now as a papa, na yaka say nyamisha, so I say omre, na wa educate and their firm, they were calling them Bibia. Ever sat and said their friend will be Nyankopon. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay,